On Rye, Chapter 25. Curly Wagner picked out Morris Moskowitz. It was after school, and 8 or 10 of us guys had heard about it, and we walked out behind the gym to watch. Wagner laid down the rules. We'd fight until somebody hollers quit. Okay with me, said Morris. Morris was a tall, thin guy. He was a little bit dumb, and he never said much or bothered anybody. Wagner looked over at me. And after finishing with this guy, I'm taking you on. Me, coach? Yeah, you, Chinaski. I sneered at him. I'm gonna get some goddamn respect from you guys. I have to whip all of you one by one. Wagner was cocky. He was always working on the parallel bars or tumbling on the mat or taking laps around the track. He swaggered when he walked, but he still had his pot belly. He liked to stand and stare at a guy for a long time like he was shit. I didn't know if it was bothering him. We worried him. I believe he thought we were fucking all the girls like crazy and he didn't like to think about that. They squared off. Wagner had some good moves. He bobbed, he weaved, he shuffled his feet, he moved in and out, and he made little hissing sounds. He was impressive. He caught Moskowitz with 3 straight left jabs. Moskowitz just stood there with his hands at his sides. He didn't know anything about boxing. Then Wagner cracked Moskowitz with a right to the jaw. Shit, said Morris, and he threw a roundhouse right which Wagner ducked. Wagner countered with the right and left to Moskowitz's face. Morris had a bloody nose. Shit, he said, and then he started swinging and landing. You could hear the shots. They cracked against Wagner's head. Wagner tried to counter, but his punches just didn't have the force and the fury of Moskowitz's. Holy shit, get him, Maury! Moskowitz was a puncher. He dug a left to that potbelly. Wagner gasped and dropped. He fell to both knees. His face was cut and bleeding. His chin was on his chest and he looked sick. I quit, Wagner said. We left him there behind the building. We followed Morris Moskowitz out of there. He was our new hero. Shit, Maury, you ought to turn pro. Nah, I'm only 13 years old. We walked over behind the machine shop and stood around the steps. Somebody lit up some cigarettes and we passed them along. What has that man got against us? Asked Maury. Hell, Maury, don't you know? He's jealous. He thinks we're fucking all the chicks. Why? I've never even kissed a girl. No shit, Maury? No shit. Yeah, try dry fucking, Maury. It's great. Then we saw Wagner walking past. He was working on his face with his handkerchief. Hey, coach, yelled one of the guys. How about a rematch? He said and looked at us. You boys put out those cigarettes. Aw, no, coach, we like to smoke. Come over here, coach, and make us put out our cigarettes. Yeah, come on, coach. Wagner stood looking at us. I'm not done with you yet. I'll get every one of you, one or the other. How are you going to do that, coach? Your talents seem limited. Yeah, coach, how are you going to do it? He walked off the field to his car. I felt a little sorry for him. When a guy was that nasty, he should be able to back it up. I guess he doesn't think there'll be a virgin on the grounds by the time he graduates, said one of the guys. I think, said another guy, that somebody jacked off into his ear and he has cum for brains. We left after that. It had been a fairly good day.